Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So, today we are going to have a group discussion about love marriage or arranged marriage. I strongly support arranged marriage with my parents' blessing and their love. Okay. Because marriage is not just about two individuals, it's also about family involvement, commitment, expectations, cultural preferences, and compromises. That is why I prefer arranged marriage.
Okay. Actually, I think that love marriage and arranged marriage both have that different challenges and advantages in life. Like in love marriage, but I prefer love marriage because in love marriage we know each other from a long time and we understand each other. We have seen each other through thick and thin. So I prefer love marriage.
I actually prefer arranged marriage. I have seen arranged marriage. My mother and father, my aunt and uncle, my grandfather and grandmother, they are all arranged marriage. They are living very happy life. It's give me an excitement that arranged marriage has so much commitment, excitement throughout their years.
Okay.
My opinion is to not the type of marriage actually depends. The understanding between the individuals, between girl and boy actually depends. So if you are in love, you have understanding from last 2 to 3 years, whatever time you have been in a relationship. And in arranged marriage, it depends on the parents how much time they would keep your marriage for let's say you have fixed your parents have fixed marriage in 2022 and they will decide to marriage on 2020, but then you have a 2 years of gap to understand each other. If in some cases also there is a hurry in marriages, like say parents say we have to do marriage in 3 months, or there is no time to understand each other.
Yes, I totally agree with
Yes.
Mohit. Like it's not enough. One year is not enough to understand each other. So like in starting everything looks good, but after 1 year like it's not that.
But actually, I believe in arranged marriage. Why? Because the arranged marriage and like in love marriage, around you will not have any support from your family, hardly, and also there is a social kind of community. You will not have a good life. You will maybe not allowed to attend some of the functions, maybe cultural functions. You are not allowed to go to your hometowns to meet your friends and family during your festivals. And most of the things in today's recent time, and both the couple of both are working, so it's difficult to raise the kids unless until you have a support from your family.
In love marriage, if you ask your parents to about love, you are loving someone, so they will investigate about her or
Yes,
him.
their families and all.
Don't go against the parents. They only think about your happiness
Yes.
and your well.
But more in that only hardly, for example, in India, 65% population staying in village,
Yeah.
and in village this love marriage is not common.
Yes.
They are treating it as a special something. So if you can say your parent is hardly, it is difficult to convince your parents to know that you want to go for a love marriage, because there is a social stigma, because they have to go in some meet their friends, their common. There is a lot of pressure from the social pressure.
Yeah.
So it is difficult to convince the parents,
Yes,
right?
but nowadays parents are like more open-minded.
Yes.
Nowadays, like my parents are more open-minded. They are like, okay, you can choose whatever
Your
you want.
partner.
Yes, whatever your partner. But like they know that I will choose the right one, and like the maturity is there in myself that I will choose someone who will with whom I can live happily.
But as you said,
I also prefer love marriage more because as my personal experience, my parents always said that first build your career and then go for, if you want to go for love marriage, they totally agree to it. I prefer love marriage more because it has more support, understanding, more compatibility, and you know each other's likes and dislikes. So the ratio of fights get decreased somewhat
Yes.
in marriage issue, and in arranged marriage it's like you don't know each other properly and you don't know the likes and dislikes. So the person in front of you is like he doesn't care for me or she doesn't care for me, but the actual scenario is different in the backstage.
No, actually, I don't agree with you. You know, in arranged marriage, it's not like you have to meet someone today and you have to have married the next day. It's not like that.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
your
not.
parents understands you and they will give you some time. Even like when I asked my parents, what should I do, love marriage or arranged marriage? They clearly told me, if you don't find the love of your life by yourself, we can always go for arranged marriage. And it's not like you have to marry the next day. Okay,
It's
so
an
there is
option.
some time.
Yeah.
It's an option,
Yes.
but if you, for example, recently my friend's sister got married. In her past, she had a relationship, but her family didn't agree. So she go for a love marriage. So it's a compromise, not a marriage.
Yes.
I actually agree
Yeah.
with Rahi. Today the parents are not going. You have to do marriage. They are asking for your consent after that. You meet the groom or bride who you are married.
Yeah, did you like that
They
guy?
like that. Not if you don't like, you can't marry that. No, they are asking for permission. They are not saying that you have to marry.
If a girl is more than 25 years old, then family
Yes.
has a stereotype to force that she needs to marry now.
Yes.
No, I
Yeah.
don't
No,
agree.
but,
there is
uh,
not
There,
Sanjay,
in villages
for
there
example,
are. In villages there are.
You say that like the kind of compatibility,
Yeah.
right? Compatibility. But even I think it is very common in arranged marriage compatibility. They are checking compatibility in terms of the social status,
Yeah.
right? The cultural,
Yeah.
maybe something cultural. So they are checking everything background. Impossible in love marriage because you changing the compatibility only you both. Maybe because you are compatible with him because you know how you like dislike something.
Yeah.
But in arranged marriage they are checking each and everything background.
Yeah.
But
So I-
have you watched
that's
the-
why
But
I
in
believe in the
love
arranged marriage would be the best
also
option.
they check
Yes.
because you are giving your entire life to a person. So in love marriage also parents check it, but they trust you more because you are with that person for a longer period of time.
Yes.
But they check it in love marriage
Yes.
also.
Yes. Have you watched Real Zindagi?
Yeah, I watched.
Yes, in that movie that Alia Bhatt says that like you don't have to fit in the chair. Like you
chair.
can explore the all chairs and like before you buy that.
That
So,
happen in arrangement also. You can meet
Yeah.
different
How?
people. You can
Yes,
check
but-
that if you are.
But
compatible.
You
Jaini,
cannot
this you are talking about the movies. We are talking about the
No,
real.
real
life.
Reality,
Yes, that
real is a
what- but
different
it's
story
totally
because
different
if
story.
you are in a love marriage, if you are not getting support from your family, then your life will be very hard. You cannot
that-
go
Actually,
work. You cannot
yes,
go.
I agree,
So-
agree with that also.
If your parents are supportable, they will understand your situation. If you are in love, they will understand what are you going to do, with whom you are going to spend your whole life. They will talk to their parents also.
Because at the end, all of our parents want our happiness.
Yeah.
It's whether love marriage or
Yes.
arrange. They want that we should be at the right path and we should be with the right partner.
So if something, for example, this is the case love marriage. For example, right now I think 95%. There is a one quote from the Supreme Court Judge B.R. Gawai.
Yes.
He noticed that 95% divorce cases in love marriage.
Yeah.
Why? Why? Because this is a trend. And also I think maybe I should mention, right? There is a arranged marriage increased from 82% to 92%
over the years.
over the years. So what the trend saying that arranged marriage is the best option compared to love marriage.
But even in arranged marriage, the marital rates are going higher and higher comparative to
Yes,
love marriage.
But there are so many laws against that, na?
But girls are not getting out for that because they are afraid because of the society and the family issues, because they want that families are connected in arranged
And
marriage.
arranged marriage, like they have so much expectations from other family, like for money and status, and so in like arranged marriage, after that, it if it's not fulfilled, then divorce is happening now in arranged marriage too, like
Yes.
nowadays.
Yeah, but still divorce is very lower in arranged marriage because of
Yes,
family
of course,
support.
Yes, I
Okay.
agree with that.
I am saying that you say no marital age, that happened in love marriage also, no? That
Yeah.
happened, yeah. It can
Love
happen in
It
love
is
marriage
very common.
is-
It is
No,
nothing
it is
related
common.
to
It is
the.
depend on the individual,
Individual.
the personality of the
But
it's not
person.
depend on arranged marriage, love marriage. There are so many marital age that happen in love marriage also.
But in arranged marriage, the ratio is
High.
higher because if some person or some individual or your partner is not ready, but for your needs you are doing that thing. So it's the higher in the arranged marriage because you don't know each other more. So generally people are not ready for at the first stage.
But then Jimmy, there are hardly one or two cases. But married, if you can see the trend with the arranged marriage, one more thing I'll just share with one example from my family, like my younger brother. Right? So both of them, they are not, they are just they are not talking to each other and everything not going well. So we have discussed with them, but still we are not able to resolve that. We called our from maybe elders, and we discuss with them. We just tell them that what we are facing. So they called them and discuss internally, very open discussions. And they convince them because you have a child. You need to be compromised. Marriage is kind of the compromise, right? Nothing like I need something. Marriage is the compromise. So if you have support from your family, you can convince.
Yeah.
And
But
maybe in many times,
you have to convince each other to live together. That's not the point. You can live together when you really want to, not because you have to.
Sometimes
So that
they,
is why your family will give you some time,
Time,
no?
na?
sometimes
Nowadays
them,
they will you don't have to engage, like you can date for a year or 2 years if you
It's
want.
hardly case that
Yes,
parents allowed it because
Yeah.
it's hard case.
No,
because-
my parents say that if we can arrange your marriage and you can meet a bride for over a year, then you can decide if you want.
After engage,
No, before engagement.
Before engagement.
But it's hardly not in the mass. It's
I'm saying
hardly
in my case that
yeah,
itself.
it's maybe in
It
your
doesn't
case or my
happen.
case or Jenny's case, but it's not in the mass case because parents always force that you get engaged and then you talk or get to know
Yes.
each other. But you need to engage because they think that society will talk this about you.
No, but what I believe that in love marriage, that no one wants to compromise, because that like in love marriage you spend a lot of time together. You know, dislike her.
Yes.
yes.
But when you are going to marry, you are not in the position to compromise because you know that he knows me what like or not like,
Yeah.
right? You expecting him that they also adjust.
Yes.
But in arranged marriage, it's different story. When girls comes to, she knows in the mentally that I need to adjust with the family.
Yeah.
There is a lot of expectation from her, but she is also mentally prepared to compromise the kind of, and that is to give the stability
Yeah.
to the life, maybe in the marriage.
Conclude.
Okay, to conclude that we have, it's not about the love marriage or arranged marriage. It's about the person perspective. What they are doing. If they have compatibility, understanding, they know each other very well, they will live long and happy married life. It's not about love or arranged marriage.
Yes.
Thank you.